Welcome into the Recipe Podcast, Celebrity Secrets to a Successful Life. I'm your host, Chef Charles Carroll. What a great day. What a great show we have for you today. This is the Unplugged episode, which means we are unplugged and out of control most of the time. Christian, I'm really proud of you. You didn't say a word. You were quiet the whole time.
I knew what to do.
After the 100 shows, he's got it figured out. He can now be quiet through the intro and the music and all that. So
I was just thinking during it, I'm like, why can't we just play music over that?
Right. Well, actually, there's music being played. You just can't hear it. See, have you ever listened to our show?
Yeah, no, I skip past the intro.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, don't tell everybody all that. They got to listen to the intro. So anyway, yeah, there's actually music that plays through it. So, Christian, always good to see you. Venus Flytrap, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Yeah, all good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, you look fucking right on, yeah, and you look alert.
I'm a little under the weather, man.
Are you? Yeah. Did you go jogging this morning like that?
No.
All right.
No, the drive here. I was ripping it on the way here.
All right. And we got the Bobbit podcast.
What's up? Live from St. Petersburg, Florida.
We'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah. We moved the show to St. Petersburg just for the Bobbit because she had to do her thing. And of course, we have our in-house comedian, Eric Knowles, the brother of Beyonce. How you doing, bro?
Very good.
Yeah, man. You all right?
Here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're gonna test this. I think we need to get a little closer to that one. I'm not sure.
Get up on it.
Yeah, man. You doing good?
Yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, man. It's good to see you. We missed you. Yeah. So we got Jay back there pushing all the buttons and making the video thing happen. Say hey, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, so yeah, we got a lot to talk about because we have our real Unplugged team all together again. So before we get started, Jay, if you could help me out with some of our sponsors and.
None of that.
Yeah, no coffee. I lost my paper on that. But anyway, Dunkin' Coffee's been good friends for a long, long time, and they will come in. They're full-service tea and coffee sponsors, and they will do whatever you need. They'll grind, and they'll mix, and they'll blend any kind of tea or coffee that you need and bring them into your hotel or club or restaurant. So they're fantastic. ACF, American Culinary Federation, I've been a member for 30 years, and if you're in the hospitality business, you really need to be a part of them. Escoffier School of Culinary Arts, if you're looking for an online education, there is no better. They also have 2 campuses in the United States, and they're really a fantastic educational source of education. So then we have Aceway. They will clean anything you can think of, whether it's office buildings or your hotel or restaurants. They're fantastic, and customer service is amazing. And then the beef-loving Texans, they are amazing, and they are really good to chefs, and that's why we love them. So thank you for all that. And, welcome all, guys. And, Eric, nice to see you again, man.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. So tell us.
I had to miss a couple of shows.
Yeah. So what's been going on? Tell us what's happening.
I've just been traveling a lot. I was in Florida, I think, last weekend or weekend before. It's kind of a blur.
Yeah.
This week.
What do you mean we're in Florida right now?
Yeah, I saw Haley out there.
Yeah.
She was just a jet setter. She just jumped on a plane.
Yeah. All right. So let's quickly segue over that.
We keep doing that little inside joke.
Yeah. So Bob, what's going on with you now? Why do we have to take this whole show to Florida?
Because somebody told me I wasn't crazy enough
Yeah.
to go on a weekend spur-of-the-moment trip, which I've done before,
Right.
3 times last year.
Right.
And, gotta win that argument.
Yeah. So you got to turn that mic on there. So there you go. Either turn it towards you or whatever. So.
She was showing me she's even like posting fake pictures on her
Right.
Instagram.
No, they're not fake. They're real. Yeah.
I mean, they are real pictures.
Yeah. So,
I just didn't take them with my phone.
all right. So let's back up now. So you're on your way home from work yesterday, and you got a call saying, "Hey, you got to go to the airport."
Yes, I had to go pick up my dad from the airport.
Yeah.
And when I was leaving work, I just said, I'm going to go to the airport.
To who?
A friend.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. A friend. You told a friend, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to the airport.
I'm going to the airport.
And then they were like,
this person that is another male
Yeah.
or female, could be, okay. All right.
Sir.
Yeah.
And then, they were like, I don't think you're wild enough to go for a spur-of-the-moment trip like that. And I was like, well,
So you said,
watch
screw
me.
it. Yeah, and you texted all of us and say, I'm sorry, we had to move the show to Florida.
Yes.
So there we have it.
We're all in Florida.
So do we get reimbursed somehow with this, Christian? What do you think? I mean.
I don't know. It was an easy trip for me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to complain.
Who do we turn our travel vouchers into?
I think the Bobbit.
Chef?
I mean, we all think the world of you. That's why we did this. But
Yeah.
but we do need to be reimbursed. Yeah. So, well, Jay, what do you think about all that?
wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it must have been a bitch to pack up all this equipment. Okay, we'll leave it at that, Jay.
Wait, you talking to me?
Yeah, I was talking to you.
It took me a second to catch up to that.
Yeah. So the studio was a mess this morning, and Jay was. We had no cameras working. Then we had one camera, and then we had two cameras, and I think we got all three. Jay,
No, one's still not working.
one's still not working. So there we have it. So and then the computer wasn't working. Why does this happen every week? This happens.
Leasing it out to your people.
Oh yeah, the porn people.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, dude.
Hey,
Really?
Well, hey, the
Like
studio.
a radio show porn?
The studio's.
You gotta make money.
Wild, man.
Do a
That's
porn
crazy.
podcast.
That's crazy. I
Just
love it.
describe it.
Yeah, they're really good actors if they can pull that off, right?
Shit, damn, man. They're going to save
We need
us.
the money.
They're saving us here.
Well, the
I
studios.
wonder if they do like they try to do the plot where a regular podcast just turns into an orgy. You know?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's it. That's
Like,
it.
how do they even? What's the dialogue?
That's
Like,
it,
All
that's
right,
it.
let's do a sound check. I'll sound check you.
Where's that microphone? We're
You
missing a
sing
microphone.
sound.
Oh wait, the boss is coming. Yeah, hide in the closet. Yeah, so I don't know.
I'm looking at this mic now.
Damn.
There is some specs on it, but they are what is it? Some glitter.
Yeah, it's,
No, yeah. Well, hey, it's rough this podcast world. So we got a studio that's empty 4 days.
Unintended.
Yeah, 4 days a week, and had a way to get some income. But the problem is they're screwing up our cameras. I thought they're bringing in their own equipment, but I don't know. What are you gonna do, right?
So how do you know that shit isn't missing?
Well, I mean, so far we haven't needed anything that we thought we needed.
are they shooting porn in
Huh?
here?
Well, I don't ask, but
Well, that's why there's no
So is
water.
there like a dirty video out there somewhere with recipe
Yeah.
productions in the background?
Oh, that sucks.
yeah. Well, I don't know. Has it?
All advertising.
Like your face just looking over somebody's shoulder, smiling, like, hey.
Yeah.
Room for me?
Yeah. Well, then the couch has looked a little different lately, and there's been some. Anyway, so
They
that's.
put Visqueen all over everything.
Welcome to the recipe.
What do you put all over everything? You never know. This could be like a private strip club after hours.
Yeah. It could be.
With that couch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks
of
good,
course.
right? Yeah.
I'm saying it's perfect. It's for the champagne room.
Right. So, anyway, I apologize. It's been a little slow start on all that, but and then I went down to the little kitchenette down there, and the there's a convection oven down there. There's a little deal. The thing's blasting 400 just now.
Really?
So that thing,
Left on.
huh?
So it was left on.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is Saturday, so that's on.
What'd you do?
Well, I shut it off.
They were
Oh,
probably
turn
warming
it up, baby.
And all I could think of was, man, if this building burnt on our floor and all this.
Maybe they were warming up their dildos in there or something. Nobody likes a cold dildo.
Hey, but you have insurance on this.
You got a point
You
there,
have
yeah.
insurance on your stuff here, right? Your equipment and everything?
No, I don't.
Come on, man.
I don't. What am I supposed to do? Get insurance? How do I do that?
Progressive.
Just
Jeff.
on the purchases on the equipment.
No, I don't.
Call the general. I don't
No.
know.
You have to do that, man.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Under the DV under your LLC or whatever.
Yeah.
You have no choice.
Yeah.
It'll come out cheaper.
That way. Yeah, I need to do that. Well, so Eric, tell us. I cut you off when we had to do the Florida thing there with Bob. So Bob,
that's all right.
how did that make out? How did it make out? Is it still going
It's
on?
going pretty good.
All right. Okay. Cool. So what do you? And then tell everybody where you're going to go tomorrow.
I'm gonna go to the beach.
You-
I'm actually gonna go to the beach.
Yeah. To further nail.
fake tan.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you just go to a studio so you don't have to go all the way down there? Why don't you go to a studio and get a spray tan just to?
No.
Okay. All right. She's going to do
That's
the
what
beach.
she's
thing.
gonna do.
Yeah,
Gotta do
man.
the
She's
real thing.
she is
Air quotes.
dialed in. So you did some gigs and we're down in Florida and we bumped into you and
Yeah, I was down there for Bike Week, which turns out to be a terrible time to try to do a comedy show during Bike Week.
is that right? Why is that?
And people want to go look at bikes, not listen to dick jokes.
And, oh right. But now would this be
So the
motorcycle?
turnouts were kind of low. Yeah,
Motorcycles. Yeah, that's a different crowd.
But I mean, one of the shows was really good, and I had two more shows with just a small crowd. Only like 30 or 40 people showed up, so we still had fun and everything. And I got to be in Florida for the weekend.
Yeah, copy that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You ever bring the bride with you, or you can't because of the bus load of kids?
Sometimes I do, but
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, sometimes it's like the Partridge Family. We just all travel,
Yeah.
which is a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So so the driving thing is on hold now.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to get my commercial driver's license.
What's and how difficult's that going to be?
It's kind of difficult.
Difficult enough,
The
right?
test you take is only like 20 questions. But
You have to know how to wheelie a U-Haul.
But you have to, like, I'm trying to bypass $5,000 worth of trucker school by getting the information online, which can be done, but
Gotcha.
but you don't know what to study. So I'm having to study like 600 questions so that I can pass a 20-question test. So I'm really having to memorize all of it. And
But you'll be the best commercial driver in the country.
maybe. Well, I mean, no, that's not going to.
Damn it.
You can take that test online, right? Or something.
You go to the DMV, and you take a bunch of written tests. There's general knowledge, and then hazmat test and air brakes.
Oh, my God.
Do you have to be a certain height?
Not that I know of.
No, because like
There's that board that has a line
If
you
you-
have to be on.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Because if you're a little dude, let's
get
say
on the ride, yeah.
you're a little dude, you go in there.
Yeah.
A very little dude. It's
Yeah.
like, how are you going to drive an 18-wheeler?
Like a little-
let's
little
have a
guy.
conversation about
I'm
it.
just trying to drive a pickup truck. I'm
Yeah.
not even doing an 18-wheeler.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's just like a dually pulling a flatbed trailer.
Because we do miss the trailer shows.
Oh, man, I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
yeah.
You know what I saw the other day and I didn't have my camera with me?
What happened?
I saw a trailer pulling trailers. There was like 20 trailers on a trailer. And I was like, oh, it's a trailer show. It was like a trailer overload.
Oh, you know what I meant to bring up? I didn't even have this in my notes, but now you reminded me. Hey, you remember the incumbent? Recumbent bike.
Oh, yes.
Our very first show, which was one of our best shows, by the way, I think it was. It's a recumbent bike. So I'm a little concerned. Like after our first 2-3 shows, we talked about the recumbent bike. I don't see the dude anymore. Something happened.
Maybe. Well, good. Maybe he heard our message and he changed his life. And
Well,
he's
I
like, you
don't-
know what? You're right.
We have a loyal listener base, right? So I don't know, if somebody went after this
They took him
dude,
out, yeah.
right? If they took him out, or the incumbent is so low. And I remember that when we first talked about this, there's an incline by my house that goes under the train, and if you're driving over that thing,
Right. You were saying you almost didn't see it.
yeah, the dude's on the
Downslope.
on the downslope of the damn thing, and you come over, and then you see him. I mean, maybe someone didn't see him. So anyway,
Yeah.
dude's not around. Just wanted to give an update on that. So
Oh, I've got some other news.
okay.
I got picked up a new gig. I'm now a celebrity ambassador for Verve Veteran CBD company. Which you look like you just
Well, there's a lot in that
CBD,
sentence.
yeah.
yeah. So
CBD. So CBD is a form of medicine derived
Right,
from
right.
the cannabis plant.
right. Now, I
And-
got that part, and I got the military part, but putting them both together was pretty
Right.
cool.
Yeah. So this is a veteran-owned CBD company.
Okay.
And they're specifically targeting or marketing toward veterans. And I'm a big advocate because I've seen firsthand what CBD can do for our veterans. And our veterans, the travesty with our veterans is the VA system. They get kind of in this cycle of getting prescribed
Meds.
hardcore meds,
Yeah.
yeah, and then they get addicted, opiates, and then they
Yep.
get addicted, and then they just funnel them right into the VA rehab centers.
It's a racket.
Yeah, it really is a
a
racket.
total
it really
racket.
is a racket, and the CBD is a great pain reliever. It reduces stress. It can help veterans sleep who have sleeping issues, and there's none of the pharmaceutical side effects.
Yeah.
And it won't cause you to. It's not going to get you high.
Yeah.
Because the get high ingredient in cannabis is THC, and this is CBD.
That's right.
THC also has some great medicinal benefits, but it can affect. It has that euphoria, the head change. The CBD doesn't do that, so you can still operate your motor vehicles. You won't fail a drug test at your job, and all that sort of thing. So I'm just trying to raise awareness for that, and I'm excited for this new opportunity with Verve. Veteran CBD.
And where's Verve headquarters? Where's is that?
My buddy who started it, owns the business, or just purchased the business. There was like a business acquisition, and it's getting offline now, online, off the ground, words. But he's in Reno. He's
Okay.
in Reno, but it's going to be a nationwide thing, and actually we're going to have a celebrity softball tournament here in Houston.
Oh, cool.
In like May or June or something. I'll keep you up to date on that.
Hey, cool. I got a very dear friend of mine whose name is Eric the Trainer, and he trains celebrities.
Oh, cool.
And he has his own TV show as well, called Celebrity Sweat. But they do you saw him in the kitchen a while back when we did Super Bowl. We had Michael Irvin and we had
Victor Ortiz.
Victor Ortiz, a boxer, and Anthony Rumble Johnson, the UFC fighter.
He
And
trained, what kind of training? Like physical?
He does everything, but he does mostly actors in Hollywood. And so that's where we used to get a lot of our people for the show, because he would help me get those guys and we get them on the phone. But maybe he'll come out and
That'd be great. I'd love to meet him.
Yeah, and
And I'm a celebrity now, and I could use some training. So
exactly.
What's up?
Yeah. And his show is Celebrity Sweat, and it's on all Delta flights, by the way. And I'm not sure what anyway where he is on the TV now, but anyway, yeah, maybe he could come out and help. So VERV stands for Veterans.
I don't think it's an acronym.
Oh, it's not.
He actually acquired there was a soft drink company called Verve, or an energy drink or something called Verve. So he's kind of taking that name, and he's going to make CBD infused products under the Verve name. The Verve was just drink.
Gotcha.
But this is going to be all kinds of stuff,
So
topical
CBD
ointments and everything.
That's legal in all states, isn't it? I mean, it's all legal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and is there different kinds of CBD? Because my sister sent me some, and can you take like one? Is it like an aspirin? You can take one that would like treat all different things, or is there different ones that can treat different things?
Well, there's a big influx in the market now, so what you really have to be aware of is product testing. So if you're going to use or buy CBD products, you want to look for documentation, and the ones that are doing it are proud of it, and they'll be happy to tell you. It'll probably be on the label. They're lab testing, because I mean, you can grow hemp and just break it down and put it in a powder and just put it in a pill and sell it as CBD.
Yeah.
Like you'll see
And it doesn't work.
Yeah, not really. Not really. Which it gives CBD a bad name, because it
Yeah.
makes a lot of people have this snake oil salesman mentality about it. Like, oh, whatever, it's just this new thing. But if you look at the lab testing, which is why I said yes to this offer with Verve, because they have the highest lab testing of any CBD in the whole nation.
Okay.
They have they're overly tested, more than is required,
Okay.
which is really cool. And they have all these studies available on their website that you can go check it out. I'm not even sure if the website is live now, but I was able to see a preview. But it's gonna be really cool, and I'm happy to. I get to go around the country as I tour, and I'll talk about it and
Cool, man.
That's awesome.
Congrats.
spread awareness. Yeah.
Congrats
good.
on that. So, is there a shout out? Do you have anything you can shout out, or like at a later date? Can you have it on your websites or anything that you can?
I wish I did.
right,
Maybe I
well-
jumped the gun. Maybe I should have waited
No,
till
no,
it's
no.
live. But look for it. It's going to be called Verve Veteran CBD.
All right, we'll get on that. So Bob, everything okay with you? Yeah. Yeah. So the when you come back from Florida, or when
Monday.
do we come? When do we get-
Monday.
Monday. All right, Monday. Back in time. Christian, you're going to Vegas.
Yeah. So my mom uses CBD.
Yeah.
She's out in Vegas now. They both my parents, they both retired at the beginning of the year, and it's a lot more readily available. So when you go, you have folks that know what the best CBD is. So she takes that because she's trying to wean off Klonopin, which is, I guess, anxiety medicine. Something else that got prescribed to her years ago, and she ended up taking a crazy dose of it. So now, like, she's been getting weaned off of it, and the CBD helps mitigate the withdrawal from it. So
So has she started taking it? CBD?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Since she's been in Vegas, but it helps. So the idea was that because my sister's husband, my brother-in-law, said, hey, in Houston, that CBD thing's going to hit. And I was like, yeah, it probably will. But then if you attach yourself to it, you have a lot of people that immediately make the association to, to weed or whatever. And it's just like, it connects the dots. And it's like, depending on where you work or whatever, it's like, oh, well, that might not be seen in a good light. It's just weirdo.
I think that's going to people quickly get over that.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think they for sure. We talked about Anthony Rumble Johnson. Did you happen to see his last fight? It was like a year ago now. The dude is insane. This guy's an animal, but it was cool to do it. We did a show together in our kitchen, and he was a UFC fighter, and he fought for the belt twice, and the last one was about a year and a half ago. This guy hits people so hard the back of their head shakes. I mean, literally, like a wave. It's scary what an animal this guy is. But anyway, he lost the fight, and in the ring he retired. He said, "I'm going to retire now," which was a big shock to the world, and so I was talking with him because he said, I'm going to go after, a new venture, and he didn't talk about it, So I was lucky enough to meet him, so I texted him about a month later. So what are you doing? And he's in the marijuana business.
Yeah,
I mean, the marijuana business, not CBD, but they're going to get into the CBD soon now. They're going to roll into that, but his business is in Canada.
that's a big thing. I'm seeing a lot of celebrities come out and do too. Is come out with their quote own strain.
Yeah.
Whether they'll create a specific strain, or buy the rights to one and put their name on it. Kevin Smith
Snoop Dogg.
of Clerks is doing that. Snoop Dogg is
Look at
doing
Bob.
that. I think saw something about Willie Nelson gonna have his
Yeah,
name on
He
one.
deserves his own stream.
Yeah.
He should have already had one.
Yeah,
Should have already had one.
I think he probably already has one. He just hasn't told anybody
yeah.
about it.
I think all weed is Willie Nelson weed.
Right.
He's probably touched it at some
Yeah.
point.
So while we were in Florida, we
While we are in Florida.
while we were all in Florida, we got a clip of this crazy woman. Did you guys see that?
I hadn't seen this before.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me though. All
Bobby.
the crazy stories come from Florida.
You're gonna have to go on the other side there, and because Christian's he's totally not able to do this. But yeah, so there was Bobbitt got this clip.
Not I.
No, it wasn't you.
Not I.
In fact, are you
Was
sure?
it you, Jay?
Actually, this
No, it
this
wasn't
looks a
me.
little bit like you.
No,
Bobbitt.
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's just blonde hair.
I don't know, Eric. What do you
She's
think?
naked.
Is this St. Petersburg, Florida?
It kind of looks
Play.
a little bit like you.
Oh my God, the that goes on here, freaking on 95.
Looks like
Richard Griffin of Brevard County says he's sure no one would believe him without seeing the video he shot
What
Friday.
is she
The
doing?
peculiar thing was that the lady was pretty calm about the whole thing of, when walking across the street, even though there's vehicles going by.
Look again. A red car comes within a couple of feet. Then a pickup comes very close.
It's about your
And
height,
just after
Bobbitt.
she crosses, a semi
Flocka.
barrels by. But I'll bet you didn't notice this. The guy who's with her is carrying a dog.
No, never saw him.
Griffin says the two went across all 6 lanes of the highway
Looks like
near
you got a
Flagler
tan line
Beach
going
to
there, huh?
catch that dog, which possibly had escaped from their car.
How did they make it 6 lanes over
right,
and
you
6
can-
So
lanes
many
back
questions.
with the dog, and the lady was naked and nobody got in an accident?
Yeah.
Why was she naked?
Yeah.
How'd the dog get out of a moving car?
right?
And what are y'all smoking?
Christian, what do you think? Yeah, there's a lot in that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a
Maybe
theory.
it was already loose.
So, what, the dog was already, and they were stealing the dog? They're trying
They
to
just-
Maybe
rescue?
they just saw a
Dog in the
dog and they're
freeway.
like, "Ooh, free dog."
Yeah,
But I don't have no clothes on.
right.
Oh well.
Should we?
We can't pass it up. We can sell the dog and buy you some clothes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Christian?
Got it good.
I don't know, man.
No? Nothing?
If it's their dog, I could understand running across the highway to get it. I think I'd do
Naked?
that too.
Well, people do.
Well, if that's the situation you're in. What if they
How do
pulled
you
over?
get in that
Okay, what
situation?
if they pulled over?
Okay.
Okay, let's look at it.
All right.
Pulled over.
All right.
They were about to get down. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm there.
Oh, okay.
They remember the dogs in the car,
Mm-hmm.
but they've already now opened all the windows because they want to get some air in there.
Right.
The
Dog
dog's
jumps out
like,
the window.
I'm getting out of here. Y'all
That's
ain't
it.
even doing it right.
You're right.
That's
This is
human
uncomfortable
style.
for me.
Right.
Dog jumps out. He's like, I'm out of here. And they
I'm
turn around like,
tired
where's
of
the
this.
dog?
Right.
And they see the dog run across the highway.
Right. Freaks her out.
The two of them get out of the car. They love this dog so much.
Well, the guy says, fuck it. We're good.
He-
The dog will be fine. And the girl freaks out. No.
No, because he was holding the dog, so he caught the dog.
Yeah. She didn't even need to get out, apparently. She
Right,
could've
but
stayed
she
in.
loves the dog.
Okay.
Now, and then she was trying to hurry to get back to the car because she just wants to be safe
Right.
with her dog. But she's pissed at him
Right.
for opening the window.
Right.
That's what happened.
Eric? You buying it?
That's plausible.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it had to do with something, probably some drugs or prostitution or both happening.
Really?
Because he was holding the dog like
Like, I was about to get some
no,
goddamn
like he
No.
knows the dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't you find
Yeah.
a dog on the street, you're not gonna like
Yeah,
hold.
yeah.
He was holding that dog like this is my dog.
Yeah.
I assume the lady had some clothes in the car. She probably took
Yeah.
them off.
Yep.
Something happened, the dog got out.
Yep. Or they were gonna have sex outside the car. That's how the dog got
It
out.
could have. It could have been one of these daring.
Yep. Bingo.
Like-
That's it.
Bobbitt?
They get a thrill out of it.
Yeah, because the car's
I'm
going by
opting
too
out.
fast.
Bobby, get up on that mic.
I'm opting out of this.
We're all here because of you in Florida, so you got to be part of this conversation.
And if you're gonna come down here, you have to understand the lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
So comment, Bobby?
I don't know. I it's just gross. Like, how would you be okay with yourself being out there like that?
Because of CBD.
No, it's like hold on.
wait,
It's
no.
a terrible turn.
Maybe PCP.
Yeah, exactly.
So I buy
And
that.
she's proud of her body, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just being a liberated woman.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that's what it was. I think it was one of two things. It was that that they were on the side of the road and they were about to get into it. Although I'm a little confused because he was fully clothed. Okay, so
She could be an exhibition. It doesn't mean he is.
right. So then that's my next thing is that she just likes riding in the car with the window down, naked, because she likes to
Maybe
feel.
it's just hot
Yeah.
out there in Florida.
And they stopped, and then the dog got out, and then so they had to go do that thing. So
It's only 73 degrees right now.
you okay? You want to put the air up a little bit or what?
No, in
He's
Florida.
saying
she
it's
might
hot
be.
in Florida. I'm
Yeah.
saying it's only 73 degrees
Oh,
right
that's a good
right.
point. Yeah.
Right.
now.
Not hot enough.
That's why the window's down because it's
She's
nice.
a
It's
nudist.
nice weather.
You
Yeah.
don't think there are nudist camps in
She's
Florida?
totally okay with
Probably.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's exactly what happened. So good on her, though.
I think we
say.
got to the bottom of this.
Yeah, I think that's
Next question.
okay. I gotta see what else do I got here. I came a little bit unprepared today because I was.
Well, you sent us a message on my way
Yeah.
here.
Well, it's because you brought your diary. You
Yeah.
should have brought your
Th-
notes.
This is my podcast thing, so this is what because sometimes I have old shit that I never bring up, like the doorbell looker.
Dear
the
diary.
doorbell looker. Were you here then?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Doorbell looker.
That was disturbing.
Yeah, the fat guy
Next.
that has a
Oh,
36
yeah.
weight. Yeah,
The fat guy that has a 36 way?
yeah, 36 waist.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway,
I thought he had sex with 35
yeah.
people
So anyway,
at
we'll
once.
we'll go ahead here. You want something serious or you want to? We can talk about. I'll tell you my subjects. All right, you guys let me know.
All right.
The Boeing 737, or we can talk about this guy Jussie
Swipe right.
Smollett. You know Jussie
Oh,
Smollett.
yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, you wanna talk about
That's
that?
I guess.
All right, Bob, pull up the. What are you doing?
That's
Swiping?
a hot button issue.
Bob,
She don't
what do
want
you-
to talk about it.
Bob, are you with us or what? What's,
How did he get
I said
off?
swipe right. That means
How do you
like
get
it,
off?
isn't it?
So,
Oh, left. I don't know.
I don't know.
yo, she was pretty quick about that, wasn't she? She knew the answer. Bob,
Not there.
and what's your bottle there, Bob? See it?
Yeah. What should I do?
So Smollett, everybody knows this story. He hired these two guys to beat the hell out of him, and then as a gay hate crime, right?
Right.
Okay. So
I heard something about he also mailed himself a letter with powder in it and tried to act like it was anthrax.
Is that true?
I heard something about that. I'm not sure.
I hope
But-
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah.
well, he did. He did this one. Yeah,
I mean,
but
we all know that, but the scandal is how the charges got dropped.
okay. So yeah, let's talk about that. So he hired these guys, and he's 100% guilty because they have these guys buying the shit at the store, and they used to work with him on set, and that he paid them. They have evidence that he paid them and everything. And by the way, and he got off, and the city's pissed, right? Chicago's pissed, and because they are out $130,000 on this investigation, so they want to get reimbursed on this, and they're pissed, and he got off with no charges, but. I believe in this clip it says how he got off or what he has to do. Go ahead and play it, Bob, and see what
and consistent on every single level since day one.
Today, Jussie Smollett breaking his silence minutes after Cook County prosecutors dropped all criminal charges in exchange
What's
for 2 days of community service and $10,000 in court costs.
This has been an incredibly
All right,
difficult
pause it
time.
there for a second.
Honestly, one of the worst of my entire life.
In a stunning move, the Empire Act
Anytime you can pause it. Okay, there you go. So, okay. so,
Spacebar didn't work. I'm sorry.
so here we go. So did you catch that? He has 2 days of service,
16 hours.
16 hours of what do they call it? Community service. And
Do
in
you know,
fact-
he already did it. Do you know what it was?
let me think.
worked-
Don't say it. Let's
Yeah.
guess on this. Do you know what would his community service be?
Putting stamps on something.
Where'd you get that?
Putting stamps on envelopes. They gotta mail some stuff out.
I gotta come up with something better than that. Let me think. His service would have been maybe sweeping the streets,
No.
or let's see, hang on. No, I got nothing. Bobbit, nothing.
Well, you were pretty close. He helped stuff envelopes for Jesse Jackson's nonprofit, the Rainbow Coalition or something like that,
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
which is
it's messy.
just a thing that helps, I don't know, probably black gay actors or something.
Yeah.
But he did his 16 hours there. Jesse probably let him lay on the couch. You don't got to do nothing, buddy. Don't do nothing. Just lay over here.
You're good. You're good. I got people to do that stuff.
White people can't tell you what to do.
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was really such a racially divided issue. I shouldn't joke like that. It's just a corruption. It's just corruption in the.
Well, you
in
are
the
a
state.
comedian. You should.
Yeah, I should. Okay. Yeah. I don't apologize. You're right.
You go ahead.
It is funny.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chef.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Yeah, no, but it came from what's her name? The state's attorney, Kim Fox. Kim Fox recused herself, or pretended to recuse herself because of, well, there was a lady who was chief of staff of Michelle Obama. Now, I didn't know the first lady had a staff or a
Oh,
chief
yeah.
of staff. I didn't
Oh,
even know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But she was Michelle Obama's chief of staff. And
Right.
she sent an email, and all this has been leaked. But she sent an email to Kim Fox saying, hey, I'm writing on behalf of Jussie Smollett and family who I know, and they're concerned about this. So can we maybe get it handed over to the FBI? Because they have knuckleheads in the FBI
Yeah.
that'll take care of it. And so she said, well, I'll try, and then she should have recused herself at that point because she's the prosecutor. She's not supposed to be trying to help the defendant.
Oh my God.
But she got it all. Something happened. They sealed the case. We'll never find out what the Chicago PD actually found. All their hard work that they did an outstanding job.
Yeah.
And that's why they're pissed. And they're not the only ones pissed. The Illinois Bar Association has issued a scathing statement saying that this is an injustice and it does not represent the Illinois Bar Association. And they came just short of calling for her removal.
Wow. Yeah, it's a mess. I gotta say, man, it's a total mess. And what a dirtbag this guy is, huh? I
The thing is, and he's still
Yeah.
being audacious about it. He's like, I never did anything wrong, and blah, blah, blah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like, if he would be apologetic,
It's different.
like, at the very least, he should go on The View and apologize. Like, seriously. They make comedians do that when we make a joke that somebody doesn't like. This
Yeah.
guy tried to, he did something that could have started, a racial riot, if not
Certainly.
a frickin' civil war.
Yeah.
I mean, people are so racially charged right now, and that we should not. I mean, this takes away from real hate crimes that do happen. And
Yeah.
now when these happen, people, it's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf. It's like when a woman falsely accuses someone of rape,
Yeah.
which they shouldn't do because it happens all the time, and
Right.
it creates this Pavlovian instinct that, that's probably fake, when it's, not everyone is fake.
Yeah.
Hardly any of them are. I mean, and this is an example of that.
Yeah, I agree, man.
People aren't out faking hate crimes all the time. This is outrageous.
And they say that he was about to get cut from the show, right? The show that he's on, he's about to get cut for it. So he had.
He's probably about to get cut from everything.
Yeah, right. I hope so because
wouldn't hire him.
I think it's just a dirtbag thing. And I agree with you too that how shallow is this guy that everybody knows he did it. They have videos of the guy buying the stuff and the check that he wrote for him to do it, and so it's all proved. And he's sitting there like, I've said the truth the whole time and whatever. What else
I think
is
there's a lot more to this story that we're not being told. You want to hear my theory?
Yeah, yes, please.
You want to hear the
Please.
crazy
Yeah,
Eric
yeah,
Knowles theory?
yeah.
Okay, well, just before this happened, they were trying to pass this brand new law to make lynching a hate crime. And I'm like, why is that happening? But it hasn't happened for I don't know.
Yeah,
how long.
right.
When's the last time
Right,
anyone
I'm
was
thinking-
lynched? And of course it's a hate crime.
Right, I'm thinking,
What-
is it a hate crime? I don't know. I think it's okay.
Well, I mean,
Jesus.
but none of that was happening. Now all of a sudden, this false thing happens. Who put him up to that? Was it somebody? I mean, he has ties to the Democratic National Convention, to the DNC, and to the Obamas, and to Kamala Harris. He has some deep state knucklehead ties. Did somebody put him up to that to be able to pass this new law? And the law failed. It didn't pass because this thing was such an embarrassment. It was a failed false flag.
And who's out there that has to have that law? I mean, because you're right. We're talking,
Now we're getting to the meat.
right? I mean,
okay?
come on.
Who's scared? It's because there are some people who have committed treason recently in conspiring against the president. Now, I'm no big Trump lover, and I didn't vote for him, and I've hated him. I don't like his orange face and his rhetoric and his wall. But it's become obvious over the past 2 years that people inside our government and at the FBI and at the top levels of a lot of these agencies conspired. They used the Steele dossier, which they knew which was crap, to get the FICA or whatever it's called, the Foreign Intelligence Committee Agency, the FISA warrant, to be able to spy on a presidential candidate. And even afterwards, they were spying on him and all of this stuff. And that's collusion to try to change an election. That's where the real treason happened. And they're actually in danger through military tribunals to be hung for those. So that's why, we need to make this a hate crime and get rid of that. Because they're actually in danger of the noose. Why would anybody want to pass a law all of a sudden to make lynching a hate crime when that's not a problem?
Right.
Because they see it coming. Because they're in danger of the noose.
Oh, my God. Well, let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about that.
I know nobody here agrees with me, but I'm just saying theories. I'm just open to all the information.
Christian, you on board with that?
It's a little
deep.
Yeah, it's got a lot of layers to it, but it's
why
not that,
else though? Explain to me why any of this happened.
I think what's important.
Not because to think that Smollett did this because he was going to be written off of a show. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to being a good actor, you get written off of a script and you get hired on a new one because you're a good actor, because of the great job you did on the other one. A job on a TV show is not a guaranteed career.
Yeah.
They don't owe you that job for the rest of your life. The storyline changes. You have to write people out.
Yeah, but my take on that was that he just wanted international news, and that was his shallow way of thinking about it. But
but that's supposed to get him more acting parts because of pity.
Well,
we would have,
in his world, yeah.
If it worked and we all believed it, if that was fact in our brain right now, we'd be like, man, I hope this guy gets a really great job. I'd like to see him as a CNN anchor maybe, or he'd get a great job because just we feel that he should, because we're good people, because we want good things to happen to victims.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's transition to the Mueller report.
Okay.
Yep.
This is heavy topics here.
Well, we're kind of on the subject.
Well, I mean,
I'm no expert, but
I mean, the problem I have is 2 years of this, right? 2 years that how much did that cost taxpayers?
Lots.
I've heard the number. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it's got to be millions.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, millions and millions of dollars of 2 years of investigation, and then they said, "Yep, there's nothing." 2 years of this, and they figured out just now it's nothing. And the Attorney General, this is what I don't know.
Well, what has Adam Schiff been talking about for 2 years?
Well, I don't know. I don't know a lot about all this, and you probably can tell more about it on all. But so they have the Mueller report. He goes out and does this for 2 whole years, and he turns the report over to the Attorney General, who works for the White House or Trump, or appointed by Trump. So they give the report to him, and he's the one that determines, there's nothing.
Well, everybody there's this talking point that I keep hearing repeated, talking about this new guy Barr and how he's the hand-picked AG. He's hand-picked by Trump. He's hand-picked. Why is everybody saying that? Everybody in the cabinet is hand-picked by Trump.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's hand-picked.
It's true.
It doesn't mean like, it's his buddy,
That's true.
I mean, if there was collusion, Mueller would be happy to say that, but he can't, because there wasn't.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's the whole. I mean, it's just what I mean.
There wasn't. I don't understand why the nation is so disappointed that our president didn't commit treason. This is great news for America. Now we just have to deal with the fact that Trump's been talking about fake news, fake news, fake news, and the media has been lying to us always. And it didn't just start with Trump.
Sure.
I mean, look at 9/11. How many times did they repeat weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? I've been there, done that.
Yeah,
I went to Iraq thinking about weapons of mass destruction.
Right.
And walking around looking for them, and it wasn't the thing. That wasn't why we were there. It wasn't. That was a lie.
Yeah.
So the media lied to us about that. They lied to us about 9/11 in a lot of ways. They lied to us about JFK. They've lied to for years and years and years, and all of a sudden now we're like, oh, Trump thinks the media is fake? How outrageous.
Man on the moon.
Of course it is. Yeah. Yeah. Like we went to the frickin' moon in the 60s.
Everybody knows that we didn't do that. Yeah. So.
I really don't think we did.
No?
Of course not. No. Why do you think we did? Because you saw it on TV?
All right, Google.
What?
Just kidding.
You got to have more than that,
You can
right?
find everything on Google. No, I just believe it. It's too much.
You just believe it. That's
No,
the
because
point.
the astronauts have been in at our place of work.
They can't do it now.
Yeah,
What? You mean the astronauts have been at your place of work?
the ones that say they've done it. They actually were the guys that went to the moon. They've been at our place of work. I've heard them speak.
Okay.
So for me, that's kind of living proof.
No, that's somebody's word.
Yeah,
Okay, how come we haven't been back to the moon since the 60s?
I don't know.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what NASA says. NASA says we can't go to the moon today because of the Van Allen belts, radiation belts. We can't get through them. So, but we did in the 60s
Yeah.
with 1960s technology. Today, NASA will tell you we can only go so far because we can't get through these Van Allen radiation belts. And they've asked the astronauts who say they've been to the moon about that. What about the Van Allen belts?
What do they
Did
say?
you guys experience radiation? Well, we didn't know about it back then, so it wasn't a big deal. That's their answer. We ain't been to no damn moon.
What are you saying, Jay?
Gamma rays, there's all kinds of stuff that can kill you in outer space. And very little protection from all that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we used rocket power to just rocket our way to the moon, man.
You know what? It's true.
No.
There's a lot there. There's a lot of missing pieces. But the thing about
I
it,
challenge anyone. I'll let you finish. I'm sorry. I just want to say this.
no, the thing is, if it was just the U.S. had been up there, I'd question it a million times. But the fact that there's pictures and recounts of other countries doing it, who we weren't really in good graces with, it wasn't like they would be in collude with us to make up a story like that. That I believe that somebody's been up there. Maybe it wasn't the U.S. But
I challenge anyone to go on YouTube and type in NASA and hoax. Just those two words. NASA,
Yeah.
hoax.
It's all over, yeah.
Watch 15 minutes of anything that comes up. And come back to me and see and tell me if you still believe that NASA is telling us the truth about everything.
Yeah.
NASA is one of our biggest budgets. You know how many billions and billions of dollars we give NASA every year? What do we get in return?
Space station.
Composites.
yeah,
We don't even have photographs.
pictures of Saturn or something.
We don't have any real photographs of any of that shit. It's all
I-
based on data that then they try to paint based on that data. Well, here's what it would look like if we could see it. All these cool animations that NASA shows us,
Yeah.
they'll admit are Photoshop. Photoshop was invented by NASA. The predecessor to Photoshop came from NASA. Why do they need Photoshop?
Yeah.
Why do they need The founder of NASA, Werner von Braun, is a Nazi, a straight-up Nazi that we brought over here through Project Paperclip.
Yeah.
We trust Nazis today?
Yeah.
We don't see something funny about that? The Nazis started World War II through hoaxes and false flags. They burned down the Reichstag or whatever, the thing, and blamed it on the Polish. That's a false flag. That's doing fake shit and trying to tell the public something that's not the truth. That's what Nazis are known for.
Yeah. To invoke.
And we came over here and put them in charge of our space program. And ever since then, all of entertainment has been inundated with space travel, Star Trek and Star Wars, and here's space and infinite space, and we're just insignificant, tiny little things in this big space thing.
I Dream of Jeannie, the guy there.
He was an astronaut. That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
so-
romanticizing these astronauts.
Yeah.
And they're full of shit. They're just hanging on wires. Look at some of this ISS footage where they're just like, "Hi, we're here floating in space." And the women, they'll have their hair straight up and hairsprayed and like, if there's zero gravity, that doesn't mean your hair's always going to be, and you can see it like shaking because it has hairspray in it.
So here's a
It's
question.
fake. NASA's a hoax.
All right, we got a couple minutes. We're gonna wrap up.
So here's a question. No, so here's
I didn't even mean to do none of this.
No,
so
Y'all
here's a
always keep
question.
me going.
The one that
We
exploded.
would keep it going,
The
but
one
yeah.
that exploded was Challenger.
Yeah.
Was that the one that exploded?
Yes.
Maybe they did shoot that thing down, or it was supposed to blow up.
Did you know that all 7 astronauts from the Challenger had twins?
No.
That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you can look them up, and they're all still surviving, and a lot of them are like.
What are you saying? There's too much energy in the capsule, and because they had the thing that was able to produce
I'm saying
twins,
it-
that they had.
I'm saying it
'cause
didn't-
energy. It's all
I'm
about
saying they
energy.
weren't really twins. It was really just one person, so that those people could continue living in this nation, looking like they do, and having the same last name that they do, without there really being any deaths. Now, I was in third grade during the Challenger. There was a teacher on board, Christy McAuliffe, I think her name
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
And her parents were on the ground on the tarmac. Go back and look at the footage of her parents witnessing that thing explode. How would you react?
Hard.
You would show some emotion, right?
Yeah.
These people had an umbrella, it went boom, and they went, They looked up, straight face, and then they just walked to the car,
Yeah.
like, all right, well, that was weird. Their daughter just exploded in the sky.
So you're saying
no
that
emotion?
You seen all these people are still alive?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I bet they're friends with Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
we're going to have to pick up this conversation because we have a guest coming in, so we're going to have to pick up this conversation at another time. But
All right.
But yeah.
Jay?
We'll
you
have
still
to come
there?
in and do a big special episode. on
Yeah, that's
all
a
this
good one.
stuff.
I like that.
I have my opinion, but we're cutting short on it.
Go ahead, quick. I want to hear it. Turn
I'm
your
always
mic.
the wild
Turn your
card
mic on. I want to hear this. Go ahead, quickly.
Kids on, no, we gotta go.
All right, we're short on time.
All right. Well,
I didn't mean to take
well,
up the whole thing.
I think we should do another.
it's good.
We should do another show on. Why don't you pick your top 2 or 3 conspiracies, and we'll do it. We'll do that.
9/11,
All right.
There's a lot of stuff about that.
9/11? Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no people on the planes that hit the Twin Towers.
Let's take a poll here. There's 35 of us here. Who believes the official story of 9/11?
I don't.
Official? I'm not even sure. The official story? I
That the
believe.
planes are hijacked and they.
No, I believe some parts of it. I do. I absolutely believe some
Planes
parts of it.
crashed
Yeah.
into the
I mean, I tell you the part that I do believe that those things went down because I was in New York at the
I
time.
know, yeah,
Yeah.
something blew up.
Yeah, I was there the day before. I will
Some
tell you,
planes
I
hit some
haven't been back.
buildings.
I haven't been back.
The planes hit the building. Are you
What
gonna-
happened to Tower 7?
Yeah.
How did Tower 7 fall in on its own
Building
footprint,
wasn't
just
even near
like
the
Tower
Twin
1 and
Towers
2?
went
Building 7 didn't get hit,
You're right. It was like catty corner
but
to
it
it.
fell, just like the others. It crimped in the middle like a demolition, like when they, take down an old casino in Vegas.
Yeah.
Fell in on itself.
Pentagon,
Due to what?
No bodies. Couldn't find any bodies.
The
nowhere.
Pentagon, the Pentagon. So this big plane crashed into the Pentagon, and there are pictures of the hole. I mean, there's studies on this. The hole that it punched in the side of the wall of the Pentagon was smaller than the purported airplane. And the Pentagon is one of our most surveilled buildings in the nation.
Yeah.
Cameras at every corner. They could squash this whole nonsense. Just show us 10 seconds of a clip
Of the plane
of a
going in.
plane hitting. They did release one sort of video that had 3 frames, none of which show a plane. There's one where you can see the nose cone of something entering, and then the next frame, it's just,
Debris.
that was a guided missile.
Yeah.
And probably one of ours, because all those guided missiles are coded and have a digital imprint, a fingerprint,
Where to go?
where to go and who they are, and
Yep.
they're all like serialized.
Yep.
And the Pentagon has like this system for anti-aircraft. It'll automatically shoot down anything that enters its airspace, unless it's one of ours, unless it is digitally recognized as a friendly aircraft.
Got it.
All right, we've
And
got
that
to
could
wrap
be
up.
planes or missiles.
All right, we're gonna pick this up on the next show because
like that.
This is crazy. I never even thought about that. I thought for sure that plane hit the Pentagon. Anyway, fuck.
What happened in Shanksville?
I'm all frustrated. Anyway, everybody.
There's a big hole in the ground, no
At the
wreckage.
Florida nightclub.
All right, so
What about Antonio T. Smith?
What about Jussie Smollett?
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Recipe Podcast, and we are the unplugged version of You Just Can't Believe This Shit. That's what the show's called. And I want you to all tune in next show to see what happens to follow up this conversation, because it's just too much to cover on this one. So, again, I want to thank our sponsors and for being with us and helping us out. And by the way, if you're watching this show or listening to this show and you see it on Facebook or Instagram, please go on to iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts and subscribe, okay? Because this is the Recipe Unplugged, and then we have the other show, the Recipe Celebrity Secrets to a Successful Life. Those are 2 different shows, okay? So make sure you go to your podcast icon and download the Recipe Unplugged, Recipe Unplugged. Okay, thank you so much, listeners. You are the smartest people on the planet. Remember, you're especially great. Get off your ass and do something today. See you next time.